everyone. I'm back, and I'd like to welcome you all back to my channel, whether you're on Facebook, YouTube, or TikTok. On YouTube, it's Spirit to Spirit Teachings of Going Within, and on TikTok, I'm 1974 Enlightened Soul, aka Spirit Mother. Today, I come in to talk about communication problems. We all have that a lot. I go by a lot of my own experiences and forth. Okay, before I get started, because as I said, I'm going to talk about communication problems. And I used a lot of my own experiences because it pertains to a lot in the world right now, and communication problems are a big one. Wine is bottled poetry. Don't drink wine, but so remember the saying, go have a glass of wine and you can communicate properly. Yeah. How well did alcohol get us communicating? The reason I chose to talk about communication problems today is because a lot of it stems from being a hypocrite. Okay? I deal a lot with different people and catch them because I can't say that I was never a hypocrite because we've all been there, and anybody can say, "Oh, I haven't." Well, okay, I guess some are exceptions to the rule, but everybody has been a hypocrite. Okay, it's part of okay, you're telling somebody, or you're getting frustrated with somebody because they're doing one thing or another. Okay, get a job. Get a job. Yeah, you have no idea what I do for a job. You have no idea what I do throughout the day. So you want to troll? Well, I guess you're going to troll. But basically, I show like a simple way. When when we're saying something to somebody, okay, and we don't think of it in the way that, like, okay, well, I've said it myself, okay, or um, when you tell someone that they shouldn't be doing that or what have you, and then the second time they turn around, you're doing the same thing, so you're telling them not to do something, but it's okay for you to do it. Okay, so and as far as a job, because I channel on a constant basis, I get a lot of discrimination where they won't hire me. So I'm working and in the process of going to get something so that I can have my own job and be my own boss. So I don't have to feel like I can't be myself because somebody wants to be a hypocritical person that wants to throw shade on someone that they don't even know. So, yeah, I do manifest it because imagination, you're manifesting, yes. I do manifest, but I do the work, create my manifestations. So, when I used to be hypocritical, would say something and tell people not to do that, oh my gosh, like you catch yourself like, well, crap. Like, what right do I have to say to anybody about something that they've done when I'm doing the same thing. But see, the ones that are doing it, we never see it for ourselves. We just want to shut everybody else down for it. Yeah, encourage people to share my lives. Well, that's up to people if they want to share my lives. As I said before, I don't come in here begging for anything. I come in here and talk and channel, and if people want to share it or what have you, I say that's entirely up to themselves. I've been told sometimes I speak Hebrew, Celtic. I've spoken Ukraine, Portuguese. Some call it sometimes light language. There's Aramaic, Hopi. A lot of different languages come out because I'm constantly channeling the ancient civilizations and our ancestors and from other aspects of the universe. And if you don't believe that, well, that's entirely up to yourself not to believe it. But I speak with spirit, and spirit speaks through me. So whatever comes out of my mouth is basically what spirit is bringing forth. And sometimes the languages just get all in or bundled together because I have a lot of spirit aspects coming in to channel different information. As I said on my YouTube, it's spirit to spirit. Really? Because I know when somebody is kind of wanting to inflict pain on me, or if somebody is throwing a psychic attack to me, it's like, it's like, okay, bring it, but I'm not going to throw it back at you. And that's the thing. You keep throwing things at people, and then if somebody throws something back at a person, well, oh, I've been victimized. This person did this. It's like, well, what the hell did you do to get it back? Yeah, you go with that. It's gibberish to you, but it's not to other people. So, like I said, come in, throw shade, do what you have to do in order to make yourself feel better, if that's what you have to do. So, here, right? I've had psychic attacks thrown on me, probably most likely my whole life. So, you want to do that, and like I said, if it feels good for you, and that's what makes you get through the day by trying to cause harm to other people, then I guess that's what you do. But it's part of, as I've said it many of times, hurt me, you're only hurting yourself. Because it's the aspect of I am you and me. And if you don't do that, well, that's entirely up to yourself, as I say. I come on here to speak with and for spirit. I don't come on here to take crap from other people. I hear and I understand. Exactly. Positivity increases positivity. And I have a lot of positivity. And there's a lot of um, our ancestors that are sorting through things. And I've said it a number of times. If you walk up to someone, you're standing next to someone, you get a bad thank you. And you get a bad vibe from them. Not necessarily that it is that person per se, but it's the two spirits, the spirit that's connected with you and the spirit that's connected with that person. So that's where you get that part. It's like those two spirits had something from a past encounter. And everybody's trying, they're all trying to find their way. And if they're coming to you, if you're getting that sensation that you have someone around you but you can't see anyone, well, that's spirit. That spirit's coming to you for a reason. So it's like, okay, we get people that they're experiencing stuff and they tell people what they're experiencing, but then when somebody else says what they're experiencing, that person tells them that, oh well, you like, oh yeah, you're crazy. Well, you just said the same friggin' thing. Are you crazy? So it's that part of like, you're a hypocrite if you think it's okay for you to do something and then not expect somebody to do the same thing in return. It's that mirror reflection. Um, we don't, it's not that we do things on purpose to irritate each other. Some of us, some people do that just to get a rise out of people because some people like drama. But if they're liking drama, it's only because they are used to it. But most people didn't so much like drama in the beginning. So sometimes I'm watching a program with someone and I start talking and then they get irritated. But when I'm watching something and they start talking, I'm not supposed to be irritated. And I usually don't say anything. And it's a lot too when you get on the phone. Okay, you're on the phone with someone. And some of us, we have it on speakerphone. Sometimes people come in. Well, I know someone, and they do it to me all the time. It's like I'm on the phone, they'll come down, and then they'll start talking, joining in the conversation while I'm on the phone. But now when I go up or I go around them and they're talking, it's a different story. So it's like, okay, so it's that part of it's okay. It's the part of do as I say, not as I do. But I'll do whatever I fucking want. But you gotta like kiss my boot. You can't do what I do. It's like, yeah. I guess I'm just gonna keep doing what you do until you learn what you're doing and realize that I'm not doing it. I'm not doing something on purpose. The same as maybe they feel they're not doing it on purpose, but they're not looking at themselves when they're doing it. And then when you bring something forward to them, people don't like that. Like, okay, really? So I always thought the goose was good for the gander. It's like, the cigarette it's like, I'm not going to shut up because spirit brings this forward. It's a learning tool in that way. And I just heard somebody, yeah, you're a tool. Yeah, actually, God uses me as a tool to bring different things forward. Spirit uses me as a tool to bring different things forward. Because see, once you start bringing things forward, and you start opening up yourself, you make room for different things to come in. You make room for better things to come in. But some wants to throw shade on people like myself because I have a positive way of thinking and I see better things for myself in the future. But then you have some that they don't want, they want to get ahead, but they don't know how to get ahead. So the people that are getting ahead, they want to take you and drag you back down. It's like, you can't, if I can't get ahead, you ain't getting ahead. Well, really? There. Like, just push it off my legs. I want to help people move forward, but I will not let you drag me down. It's that putting the helping hand out there, and it's up to the person, whoever they not they want to accept it, we can. It's like well, I don't like what we get taught in school right now. I feel that like most of what we should be taught is things that um, helps with every day. Um, we do go a lot, go back and look at history and what have you, and I'm interested in that stuff. I'm interested in looking into the different religions. I'm interested in philosophy, ancient Greek, like just things from the past, because the past is proving the future, because the past is coming up. And when you're looking at different things, you're actually seeing things that, oh, wow, okay? Because I look back at ancient civilizations and people are saying, oh, well, it got done this way, it got done that way. Really, no. Our ancestors were full of wisdom, they were intelligent, they were smart, and they knew how to survive. They knew how to bring things together that helped as a whole. And then we had the ones that just kind of they wanted to cause conflict. Well, that's sort of the idea of when we become hypocritical. We listen to what we say. We focus always on what people say, and then we call us out on it. We don't like that, because when I was talking to this person and I was kind of calling them out, saying, "Hey, like you're telling me about what I do. Have a gander at what you do, because you do the exact same thing." But then I'm I'm a mother effer. It's like, really? And you're supposed to be a man? Well, men say that women take their masculinity away, right? And women say that men take their femininity, right? Because there's times when women have to behave in a masculine manner. Do I like Do I like having to be in masculine mode? No, I like being feminine, but I'm also able to be masculine. It's the masculine and feminine, and I said it yesterday or the other day. Um, it's kind of fighting with each other until you get that balance. Level up for them. Yes, we're all leveling up right now. But see, negative does make negative, but if you take something negative, okay, and you spin it, okay, and you see what it's actually possibly trying to show you, or it's teaching you something, because you can always spin it around. Like some people, they'll take something positive and they'll spin it, they'll spin that, because it's when somebody doesn't know how to look at something positive and all they see is negative, because that's all they've ever been trained to see, it becomes a struggle to see the others. So it's uh, it's hard when you're trying to communicate with each other, and each person is set in their ways to a certain extent, and then it becomes kind of a pullback before it has you explain. Like sometimes you get going like this, especially if there's two people. Like when there's two people involved, okay, it's the relationship, and the relationship isn't meant to be in that context. It's maybe you're there to help each other with something. So you've got this. It's like it's repelling each other, but it's constantly going like this. So it's push, pull, and I get that sometimes. Why do I say? Because, well, let's just say I made God a promise. I made. I said that I wanted to make sure that this person was okay. King of Yap. Yep. Yep. King of Yap. Proud. If I'm King of Yap, proud to be King of Yap. So nobody's saying you have to stay in here. You choose to. So I guess you like the King of Yap. Um, when I get to the point, like I keep my mouth shut for most of the time. But when I observe and observe and observe, it's kind of like, okay, enough is enough. Like they like you while they're able to walk all over you, while they're able to throw shade on you, and you'll take their shit and won't say much and won't say anything for yourself. They like to treat you like a doormat. It doesn't matter whether it's masculine or feminine, it's right away. But then when you start standing up for yourself, oh, wow, they don't like that. Then the real buckle comes out in that aspect. Because then they start throwing shade on you, they start name calling. And do I get in it with this person? Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah, I will go head to head with this person because I know who and what I'm dealing with. So spirit puts us where we're needed, where we're meant to be. Yep, I understand you totally there that you protect others and not yourself. Well, the thing is, you need to protect yourself because when you're not protecting yourself, you're allowing others to walk along you, and you end up protecting yourself. So more like that. Because I've had experiences where the person like they were irate because of one reason or another, because like tried to explain something to them, and I'm not at fault for like starting things or anything like that or keeping things going. And this one night, the person they just went, they called me an effing cow, and they went to charge at me, and it was just like, come on, like really? I used to let myself like when I was younger, I went after the bullies, and then I got in abusive relationships, and I just started like kind of thinking that all I was worth was like I wasn't worth much of anything because I couldn't get ahead. And every time I tried to get ahead, that's when I let my guard down, and that's when other energies would be able to come in and kind of say, ha 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 ha, oh, we're gonna push you down some more. So now, like it's like when the pin or the nail is pushing up from the floor, saying, I'm not sitting down no more. I'm coming up. I'm coming up. I'm coming up. Like that. So it's like bang, 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 bang. But then when the pin or the nail just kind of comes flying out, that's when they try to put the heat on you more because they've lost control. So that's the part of empowering yourself. Because, like, school, a lot of the time, I know my son, the youngest, he was kind of he was bullied. And this girl in his class one day, she stabbed him in the leg with a pencil. She never got in trouble. But now, if it had been like even two boy or what have you, if it comes the other way around, because her mother was on school council, so if it comes the other way around, and like it's like you see it, and I've seen it many times where the bully doesn't get in trouble, but if the person stands up to the bully, they're the one that gets in trouble, or they get suspended for standing up for themselves. Really, what message are you sending? I do not condone fighting. So it's like, well, in that case, it's like I've said it, like you got two kids or what have you, and you're not there to see what actually happened, right? Uh, I've done it before where okay, it was like not just one got in trouble, but they both, and it kind of became, it would become the same kind of uh, sternness. Don't say punishment, but like okay, think of it this way: why are children fighting? Okay, because it's setting a saying one kid is able to do this, but the other one is not. It's the part of picking favorites in that sense. And you're saying it's okay for this person, but it's not okay for this person. So of course you're going to get conflict. Or if you're when you're in school, it's like they're put against each other. Oh, you're not very smart. You're not very smart. Well, maybe that person is not smart in that subject or that area or what have you. But you put them in an area where they enjoy doing it. You're going to see them thrive. But I've seen so much in school where, like, kids are feeling so lonely and left out. And when I went to school, we had, okay, the teacher would, the ones that knew what they were doing, the teacher would put them with students that didn't really quite know what they were doing, pair them up, help them. And then the teacher would have more time for the student that was really struggling. But a lot of the time, what it is we don't communicate with one another. We don't talk to the person. And if we do talk to the person, if we don't understand, it's like we belittle them. Tongues and yap. Yep. So, yep, I'll yap and I'll yap and I'll yap until I'm blue in the face or until spirit wants to stop. I wasn't put here to be liked. I was brought here to bring messages forward, to live experiences so that it's sharing with others to let others know that you're not alone on this journey. There are other people going through the same thing. We all, a lot of us, we feel like we're alone going through the journey. And it's sometimes it's like when you ask for help, it's like nobody wants to help you, but they want you helping them. Really, like I have to say, like really, why should give me one good reason why I should help you, other than it's like it's something that is within my heart. I'm like, it's like, oh, no. But it's like, why should I? But that's not the way to look at it, because it's not about helping someone. Because I know somebody who does that. They help and then they begrudge you, or they get help from someone and then all they do is freaking complain about it. It's like, seriously, if you don't like their help, if you don't like what they did or how they did it, then freaking do it yourself. Kasi kung tayo sa laki sa totoo yan. Um, yes, it does. But when you realize, like, when you come to that part where um, knowing that that's the person you are, that you are a helpful person, and if you're doing it and not expecting anything in return, because I know, like, when I've done things and I just figured, well, I done it, so like I should get something in return. So there are people out there that just they won't, they won't, because sometimes it's because they felt the same way, that they just keep giving and giving and giving and giving and nothing in return. So then it becomes that vicious circle where we just, it's either a give or it's a give, 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 or take, take, take. And some just don't know how to do, like, the even exchange. If you give somebody something or you do something for somebody out of the kindness of your heart and nobody asks you to do it, that's supposed to be kindness out of your heart. You're not supposed to expect it. And I know someone who does that. They want recognition because they've done something that nobody's asked them to do. It's like, are you looking for, or are you looking for praise? Are you looking for recognition? Or do you just want to, like, say that, oh, well, I did this for this person, and I didn't get no thanks for it or nothing like that. It's like, well, okay, if you did it because you wanted to do it, it shouldn't matter if you got thanks or not. Trauma response. The way we do things a lot of the time, yes, because we're always, we get on our and as I said before, like, it's a trauma response, but it's actually the PTSD of it. So you jump because to me, I said it before, the trauma is what happens at that moment. It's a PTSD. When we have the PTSD, it's our brain, it's spirit saying, like, hey, okay, you keep seeing this, it's because you need to look at it for some reason. There's something that you need to resolve within that trauma for yourself. Maybe you um, uh, did something that you, like, maybe you did something that you didn't remember, or maybe you, and I'm not saying that you did something in a bad way. Maybe you empowered yourself, but you forgot about that part because your brain just caught the other part, the traumatizing. I had was laying on my couch and I was like asleep, but I wasn't asleep. I was having this vision, and it was very, it was quite messed up. And I had my mom in spirit and yeah, and angels and my angels and what have you, and this there just observed because I was like, I could feel my body going into a panic because I'm seeing this, and it's like, oh, it's like, oh my god, because we have scary visions, and it's because of something that we experience. I've said it before, the Men in Black, okay? The movie Men in Black. And it's like you see something and it doesn't want you to remember. Zap. We're gonna blink you so that you don't remember it or that you can't tell other people. And we're getting the different forms, and it's coming out about the UFOs, the extraterrestrials, our ancient, our galactic ancestors, family, and what have you. And do I believe in that? You're freaking right, I do, because I actually seen one of the light shifts across from my property hovering up on top of water tower. And I've actually showed it before. Right here. Okay? Right. So this here, if you look right here in this part, you look up there, that's again, this was it hovering vibration, and this was when it was kind of still. So, and it was beautiful. I've seen it through the magnified, like magnifying glass. Um, binoculars, yes, thank you. I seen it through the binoculars, and it was like a triangle. It was shaped like a triangle. I have different pictures of the way I caught it when I was hovering, and it was like it appeared very shiny and like a gold and a darker blonde, like bronzy color, or what have you, kind of almost like a copper sort of, and it was pretty cool. And when I seen that before I seen it, and they're like, beacon, it sounded like beacon club. But a lot of people are seeing the different things. They're seeing different forms of clouds and what have you. And I believe in that stuff wholeheartedly. Because, like, I have spirit to be thankful for, because it's spirit has showed me and taught me a lot of things. Spirit has kicked me up my ass. It's like Jacob, and Solomon, all that, when it was like we're going up against God. That's what we're doing. We're going up against spirit, because spirit is trying to help us release all of that anxiety and tension, and like they say, the offset, the side effects from the trauma, the PTSD, and what have you. The spiritual health is produces. If you don't have their spiritual health, then it produces a lot of mental health, because you're experiencing things to with the chakras and what have you. Basically, I got to react to. Yes, and that's the part where, like, where when people turn a blind eye. It's like, you turn a blind eye on other people, but would you really want somebody to turn a blind eye on you? And what if so, do I judge people? Sometimes it's like I start to judge people, but then it's I go back, I go in my heart space, and just say to them, you don't know what that person's been through, you don't know what they're experiencing right now, or anything like that. It's the part of, sometimes it's like walking a mile in someone else's shoes. So if you can actually kind of put yourself in their shoes and actually feel what they're experiencing, that is the very energy. It's like the energies are really heavy. It's like, holy heck, man. It's like I feel it like closing in. It's like back here in the back of my head, it's like, restituyeta. Yeah. Um, feeling it like right right in there. It's like it's like there's it's almost like it's coming in at me. Um, when I connect with people, I like doing it more so on a one-on-one basis because then I can actually see the person and connect with them, and it connects with the spirit more so the spirit because it sees the bigger aspect of it. Um, I know that there's right now getting a partner. So, summer is so heavy this week. That's like foolish. This is spirit to spirit. Look at some good. Yeah, foolish. Right? Like that's what I'm feeling within my head right now. It's like um, there was a violent, it's like a violent shaking. Yeah, it's like yeah, violent, violent shaking that created. Yeah, so it was like a lot of in the crown, like almost like there was a pocket of blood or something. It gets tricky. I said before, my channel's not always good, and something like this may hit me, something like this. Oh, that's okay. Oh no, no means a lot. You don't need to be sorry for nothing. Okay. I guess I connected with you. uh, yeah, it's like it's trying to come right up through here. Something's pushing through. Just so that I don't get it. Yeah. Okay. The ability to walk. So when I had my car, I went through that myself because of a brain injury, and I lost my ability to walk for like it was like I was a little baby, and whenever I tried to talk, it was like a stutter. So I know what you're, what she's experiencing. Yes, yeah. When I went through it, it took a bit. I had a lot of stuttering, but I had to. I don't know what happened. One day, I just I I got so irate with myself of what I was experiencing that I just let out a big scream. And when I let it out, it was like something broke free. That he said, "Let the free," but like doctors and psychiatrists, medications did. Yeah, I took when I had mine, I ended up with a seizure disorder, and I go unconscious and stuff. And it had me on Keppra. I actually, after I died, I went off all my medications myself. I went through the detoxing process to get it all out of my system. And when I was able to get it all out of my system, it was like I was just like, woo. But it wasn't, for me, it wasn't the doctors and what have you to help me because, like I said in one of my other videos, I struggle with the medical system because they would always look at my medical records from the past, my mental health records. So it was always, well, oh no, is anxiety, you have mental health issues. But having a severe concussion and stuff like that, it does cause a lot of problems on your psyche, not only with yourself, but it can create a lot of problems within your family because they don't understand what it is that you're going through or what you're experiencing. I just met you, by I'm not sure. Este Julieta, yo debería su poco muy quería tu categoría. Total. Um, so when I come on, I don't just do any specific person. It's whatever spirit brings forward because I know that like what I'm seeing, like where I'm seeing people writing in one place or what have you, it doesn't mean that's the people that are watching because I communicate, as I said, I telepath well. Like I don't so much look at the computer. Um, I struggle with the technology that we have nowadays because it's not the actual advancement of technology that we should have now because it's been suppressed and held back. You see it in movies, but they think, oh, well, that's fiction, but it's not. You a computer? I don't watch a lot of TV. I do a lot, like I do a lot of sitting with myself and speaking to the spirit and the different aspects of spirit, spirit ancestors, and the different personality and having. And it's connecting, like I said, spirit to spirit. So it's whatever comes out. They say that quickly, I said it quickly, and I just felt that the heart chakra was release. It's like, so good. And I get a lot in once. It's like, please, like, hold on, one at a time. But it's like everybody wants to speak at the same time because they want to get something out there. They want to resolve something. Um, and it's hard to do that when one doesn't want to listen to the other, but they expect the other to listen to them. So it's like, well, no, it's not a one way. It's a conversation is two people. And because somebody says something we don't want to hear, we usually kind of say, oh, and then it's like with this person, it's like when I like go back at them, well, they become the victim. Well, you basically you victimize. No, I didn't victimize you. Oh, I'm not. We can try it on a one-on-one, because I find some like unless it comes, it just starts coming out. Because I find if someone wants to connect with someone, it's something that would be more of a private thing to kind of get in depth. Because sometimes, in order to get that coming forward, you talk to the person to find out why they want to be experiencing or communicating with the person in that way, because it's the two spirits, there's something being resolved, and we can do that within our hearts. I do it all the time with different people with different forms of spirit to spirit. And like I said, I do a lot of it here. The spirit speaks with spirit to the heart, because that's where we all lie. That's where we're all within. We're within each other's heart. That's the part of the oneness, because it's the love connection, and that love connection, that bond, it gets broke sometimes, and then we struggle to find it. I've told people like more and more people are starting to hear voices. Right? You're actually hearing a voice. You're actually hearing someone on a psychic level and a telepathic level. You're trying to communicate with you. And if they, I was told people that if they say that there's someone that you know, then just ask questions that only you know the answers to. Okay? I've learned to like more or less shut things down and allow it to come when it needs to come, because not everybody wants to hear what I have to say, and that's okay. I'm not sure what anyway. Specifically, they said, really? Great. There. It's like right there. It's that sensation right there. Come on. I'm prepared for all this. And I've experienced things that most people wouldn't even talk about, because they'd be in fear that somebody would tell them that you're crazy, or like you have psychosis or schizophrenia. But the thing is, when you start understanding spirit, what it actually is, and what it's represents, then you start opening more to different possibilities. You start opening up to different beliefs, and it's not about that limited belief anymore. It's a belief that they show there is a degree of that. They say right. So yeah, it's hard. Um, just got one way of experiencing. Uh, it's like it's more or less right in here. So the solar plexus in the heart is here. Like someone struggling with a heart problem. It's like that tightness within the chest. It's like right in here. Like, cracking my bones and sort of sorting things out a little bit. Yeah, yeah, it's like closing in. It's like a feeling of suffocation. Sí, sí, puede ser. Yeah. Yeah, I'm just being told if someone's like chakras are off, and it's okay. So it's like the root chakra on the masculine side, and then the upper heart chakra, the upper heart chakra, and into the throat. So this is and that would be on the feminine side. And as I said, like the feminine comes out, it's like trying to suffocate, trying to squeeze off. Yeah, someone wants to say something to someone. I just heard brother. Um, it's like somebody got blamed for something. Yeah, what it is. Sure. Yeah, I'm feeling it kind of it's going up, and I'm feeling it's almost like the nose wants to bleed, and it's going up into this part through the center. That is Blech. Confirmation, yeah. Cool. Yeah, it's oh, excuse me. It's, yeah, it's yeah. Queda totally esa la relation with the it's moving energy. Sicurezza adesso, soprattutto nella guerra riesco a vedere tutto. Yeah, there's a lot going through right now. It's yeah, sorting through some it is. Yes, it does get intense sometimes. Like it just gets intense sitting at home because, as I said before, I'm constantly doing this. It's not just like here in front of people or like out somewhere in front of people. It's actually when I'm here by myself because I do a lot of talking with spirit and I do it out loud in the car. Uh, I do other things within myself. It's like a clearing of energy from within. So it's not like I'm doing it. I don't always do this on the outside because I can actually do the ones on the inside. So it's kind of doing the clearing within and basically todo es eso. Si tú proyectas situation or gets you okay. I'm gonna stop there for now because there's a lot coming in and it's I gotta do I gotta kind of clear things because what I'm actually feeling is like it's like yeah, pull. It's like you're feeling like you're being pulled in every direction, but in the being able to go in the direction that you want to be able to go in. And it's the part of yourself that is wanting to be everywhere and everywhere, anywhere and everywhere all at the same time, but every place. Okay. So if you came in, you stayed in, thank you. Basically, to like the ones that gave gifts, thank you very much. I really appreciate them. I'm going to read the last card for today. This is a big one. You failed many times, although you may not remember. You fell down the first time you tried to walk. You almost drowned the first time you tried to swim, didn't you? Did you hit the ball the first time you swung a bat? Heavy hitters, the ones who hit the most home runs, also strike out a lot. Babe Ruth struck out 1,330 times, but he also hit 714 home runs. Our age, Macy, failed 7 times before his store in New York caught on. English novelist John Casey got 753 rejection slips before he published 564 books. Don't worry about failure. Worry about the changes, or worry about the chances you miss when you don't even try. So that's the part of going, constantly going to be told yes. That's when it's like an elastic boomerang effect. Well, slam back. It's like, phew, phew. But when you catch yourself in your heart space, because like I said, there's a lot coming in on you that like different aspects of yourself, things within yourself that needs to be resolved. So it feels like that pull. Sometimes it feels like the push. You're being pulled in different directions, and it's you're being pushed to deal with it. You're very welcome. So I'm going to leave it there, and you know, well, tomorrow's the weekend, so if I'm not on here before tomorrow, I hope everyone has a very good weekend and that they had a great day today. And if you get an opportunity, just sit with yourself, be with yourself, um, and show yourself self care. So, with that being said, I'm sending you all much love, light, many blessings, most importantly, very good health. Something just come up on my screen. So, with that being said, I'm sending you all much love, light, many blessings, most importantly, very good health to anyone and everyone wanting, willing to receive and accept. Thank you. I want you all to be big, bold, brave. Most importantly, be yourself, be your authentic self. Be true to yourself, be true to others. And when it's being authentic, it's not being someone who someone says you are or that you have to be. Be kind to yourself, be kind to others, and know that you are more powerful and you have way more strength of which you can even comprehend at times. Love you all. Hope you have a great night.